Welcome back to my channel, viewers and subscribers. It's your girl, Star Flames, and we're back with another video. So, if you're new or returning and you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting on? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. While you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up and help your girl out. Now, in this video, we're gonna talk about Ye blaming Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner for derailing his comeback dream. Let's talk about it, shall we? Because as you guys know, Ye was banned from entering the UK and headlining the Wireless Festival, and this has impacted his efforts to prove himself as the music genius that he is, and as well as to boost his bank account, a lot more fancy, barely there outfit for Bianca Censori. So, because everything has been derailed, it is alleged, based on this report, that Ye is saying he knows for a fact that Kim and Kris did it, and he's bitter about it, and he's gonna ear them out, but for now, he's gonna keep his cool. He's gonna try to prove his suspicion, and once he does, he's gonna ear them out. Listen, when I came across this report, I was like, oh my God, this is so funny. It is hella hilarious, right? We don't know if Ye actually said this, right? We really don't know. This could be just another, tabloid mischief. But I said to myself, let's think about it for a second, right? Why would Kim and Kris potentially, hypothetically speaking, sabotage Ye's festival performance? Why would they sabotage Ye's comeback? I'm going to answer that question for you because I'm saying to myself, oh, so this is why we heard that Kim is reconsidering going back to Ye. Because if the festival, or if they can sabotage the festival, get him banned out of the UK, right? Then if he goes back to Kim to be Kim's lapdog, because that's all she's going to use him for, right? And we know that they did a dirty number on Ray J. So more than likely, they want to do a dirty number and Ye. So I was like, so if Kim is reconsidering going back to Ye, she wants to one up on Bianca Censori and prove that she can get Ye's life back on track better than how Bianca can, because they would ensure that they use their connection channel to block Ye from the UK. And if Ye decides to be bestie with Kim again, then they're gonna open those doors through their channel for him to say, we did this for you. We did this for you when no one else could have done it for you. We did it, right? So it may seem crazy, might sound crazy, but honey, the possibilities of this being true, it is endless. I think it is even plausible more than it is not plausible. I think it is very much possible, right? So that is what is going on. So we're going to dive into this report. I believe Ye. If Ye actually said this, let me make it clear. If Ye actually said this, I actually believe him and I support him, because after seeing how Kim and Kris lied under oath and lied on Ray J and then wanted the court to seal the agreements of the sex tape, if they did that to Ray J, if they lied on this man for over 2 decades, then go into a courtroom, to lie on him again, what won't they do, right? Do you guys remember when I said, based on how much they've lied on Ray J, if I hear anything else further, I'm going to believe it? Yes, I'm believing it. And there's nothing they can do to prove otherwise, no matter what they do, right? Now, we're going to dive into this report so as to give you guys some more context into what is being reported. They're saying that Kanye West may have banked tens of millions for his opening comeback concert, but he's still getting doors slammed on him left and right. Now, sources says he's blaming Kim Kardashian and momager Kris Jenner for derailing his comeback dream. In his mind, it doesn't make sense that he can't be fully uncancelable. A source tells Globe he's convinced there are dark forces at work, and that's Kim and Kris. I believe you, Ye. I believe that there are dark forces at work, and I believe that such dark forces are, in fact, Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. So I definitely believe this 110%. Now, the report further states, um, Kim and Kris, they are the dark forces at work, and that Kim and Kris are somehow behind this latest backlash. They're saying, as Globe previously reported, the controversial rapper 48 was all set to headline Wireless Festival this summer when the UK banned him from entering the country amid popular uproar. Right now, he's trying to come across as this calm, changed man who doesn't do meltdowns or get caught up in feuds or vendettas, says the source. But behind the scenes, he's livid and vowing to raise hell once he proves his suspicion. Honey, I want him to raise hell too. I hope he gets the opportunity to prove his suspicion. You guys know that we heard, I think it was back in 2024, that he hired a private investigator to investigate Kim and Kris to see if they were involved in sex trafficking and human trafficking. So he's good at hiring private investigators. So I hope this time around it is something that he does. And I hope that he finds something to prove his suspicion correct, okay? I am invested in this. Now, the report for the states, there's a lot riding on West comeback, notes a source. Not just his pride and determination to prove himself as a music genius, who's the voice of a generation. The Can't Tell Me Nothing rapper also desperate to boost his bank account, the source adds, after it took a major hit following his anti-Semitic rants. West took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal in January to apologize for his offensive remarks. But as Globe readers know, not everybody bought it, including Kim 45, whom he shares 4 children with, and Kris 70. Kanye still hates the Kardashian with a burning passion. He says they've ruined his life and will clearly stop at nothing to keep twisting the knife. Oh my God, just the imagery of that. It's so brutal. Now they're saying, says the source, for Kim and Kris, it's utterly ridiculous and further proof he's still the same bitter slug who hasn't changed at all. I think what they're doing, they're so that's the end of it. I think what they're doing is they're trying to trigger this man. I believe they're trying to trigger Ye because if you guys remember, you know what? Everything is coming back full circle. Let me explain. Before the release of the Bully album, we heard that Ye was back on his treatment, getting therapy, working with a nutritionist, and exercising. And in that interim, I also learned that there were a group of people who were doing campaigns targeting him to trigger him off so that he comes off as a person who hasn't changed, will not change, and will forever be a hateful individual. And I believe that that campaign is still going on and it's going to continue for a while. If you guys remember, after we learned that the Wireless Festival was canceled, Ye was hit with a lawsuit after that. Normally, when that happens, like back to back towering moment, like your world is crumbling down, back to back, back to back. That will topple anyone over. You could be the best human being ever. Events like those that hits you back to back and there's no win in between, it's gonna topple your world. And if you're not like the person who has a support system, it will make you go off and say things that you will later regret and possibly do things that you'll later regret. So as such, I believe that it's not that Ye is fighting to prove that he has changed. I believe because we have seen Ye being good and we've seen him being good for so many years. So, and this is the thing, we have to be careful of how we allow these people to put ideas in our heads because reading the article, and if you believe in the article 100%, you would not be a free thinker to say, so you're telling me that Ye is not changed, but he's putting on the facade that he's a changed person. But we saw the good side of Ye. So how is it that he was never a good person when he was in fact a good person and was doing good? The only time that Ye is a horrible person is when he's in his manic episode. Ye has a track record of being a decent human being, protecting women, securing them, safeguarding them from crime and violence. Whenever something happens to anyone from the black community, Ye is not normally the first to donate to the family. Yes, Kanye West and Nicki Minaj, right? And we've seen a lot of discussions, podcast, interview, you name it, with Ye, and his feedback, his comments, it has always been something of substance, always good, always educational, and always bright and positive. So, with this media outlet saying that they know he's not good and will never change, no, I'm not going to believe that because we've seen him being good and we've seen him being the best version of himself. As I've said before, the only time he's dark and twisted is when he's in his manic episode. So I think there's still a smear campaign geared towards ruining Kanye West out there. And I believe it goes way beyond Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. However, Ye is going to do his own investigation. I can't wait to see what are his findings. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you believe that Kim and Kris sabotage Ye headlining the Wireless Festival? Leave your take below and we're going to talk some more in the comment section. Peace.